This is the third video in the Focus for Growth Leadership Development Framework series. Today we're going to cover values. And in the previous two videos, we covered the vision competency area of leadership. So as a leader and as an organization, how well do you define and inspire your teams towards a compelling future vision for your organization and for the work that you do? In the second week, last week, we talked about the mission competency area. And different from vision, mission is about how you get your teams to connect with a higher purpose for your business and for the way you operate. So what's the reason why you do the work that you do and the bigger impact that you make in the world to your marketplace, to your clients, and to each other as an organizational team. Now, today we're going to talk about values, and when I talk to my clients about these three key areas, you will notice the thread that runs between them. So the vision is the future compelling proposition for your organization, that aspirational future. The mission is why you do the work, and then values is like a third key component. And I describe them as three legs of a stool. They support and create a framework for the operations for your company. So values are the standards and the principles by which you operate your business. They create the frame of reference for your people so that they know what's right, what's wrong, what's acceptable, what attitudes and behaviors they should look to adopt, and they should be aspirational but also realistic. They should be things that you are able to communicate to your teams and to your clients that really start to stabilize the organization, that give you real strength when it comes to that consistency of behavior, attitude, and performance. And this is an area that many big businesses will look at, but medium and larger size businesses don't always get to this part of the operating rhythm of their business. But values are critical, because without values, people's behaviors tend to be erratic, maybe more emotional, and sometimes people just behave in ways that perhaps aren't aligned with what would be expected by either leaders or other people in the organization. And what values enable you to do is lay out that framework in advance. So rather than finding yourself in a position where people in your organization are acting and behaving and perhaps performing in ways that you wouldn't want, rather than waiting for that to happen before you address it, having laid out values gives you a framework that you can communicate and engage everybody in your organization in, so that they know in advance what's expected. They know what's acceptable and what's not acceptable. And as a leader, that gives you a really clear view on how to manage the performance of your organization. It also enables your clients to see what's expected, what they can expect, and what they bring from their organization to yours, especially if you're in a business-to-business type environment. So, in the Focus for Growth organization, we have 5 key values, and when you look at the research, it suggests anywhere between 5 and 7 key values, depending on your organization, the complexity, and the market that you're operating in. But we have 5 in Focus for Growth. Now, you want to try and keep values as simple as possible. So many businesses, and we've done this, we use a mnemonic for our values so that people can remember them and they stay front of mind. Now, ours are a mnemonic, and they spell out the word focus. So F-O-C-U-S. And our values are: F stands for fiercely determined, so we persevere until we succeed. The O stands for ownership, so we expect everybody that works with us, alongside us and for us, to act like owners of the company. The C is client-centered, so ensuring that everything we do has the client front and center of all decisions and actions that we take. The U stands for unlimited potential. We firmly believe as a coaching company that people are able to unlock their highest performance once they understand what's possible. So that unlimited potential is really important to us. And then finally, the S is around succeeding or learning. There's no such thing as failure. We focus on a growth mindset, and that is delivered through thinking about only 2 options: You succeed or you learn. And they are the 5 key values by which we operate, by which we review our standards, our performance, and hold each other accountable. So this week's challenge, if you do not have values confirmed for your organization, my challenge to you this week is to start to consider what are the key standards and principles that you need to start to put in place for your organization, and how would you define them in a really simple, structured way. And if you have team members that you can talk to about this, talk about the behaviors and the actions that happen within your business on a regular basis, think about maybe some of the things that trip your teams up, maybe some of the issues with culture, because values really helps you to shape and create the right culture when you get them right. So this week, challenge is 2 parts, as with the previous 2 weeks. 1, if you haven't got values already, start to define them, talk to members of your team and be clear on those 5 to 7 key values and principles that you want to operate within your organization. Once you've got those, or if you already have them in your organization, the next step is to start to look at how you better implement them and communicate and engage your teams in them. Now, this isn't a top-down, you will do what I say you'll do. This is about engaging people, helping them to understand why that's important, how it fosters greater collaboration in your organization, and sets out clearer expectations of behaviors and actions. So define your values if you haven't already, and then look at how you're going to communicate and engage your organization in those values on a regular basis. And we do a lot of work like this with clients around instilling values and embedding them within the organization through not just top down but bottom up, so that the organization really buy into those values and ethics and principles. Absolutely critical as you start to expand and scale your business, because people's behaviors start to increase and become more erratic. And the more people you are managing, the more difficult it is to get that consistency. Values give you that consistency so that you can communicate that more effectively to your organization. So I hope you're inspired by that challenge, and I look forward to hearing what your values are if you have them, or the values are that you create and generate during the course of this week. I also look forward to hearing how you're inspiring and engaging your team in those values. So I'll speak to you at the end of this week, but I wish you good luck with that exercise during the course of this week. Thanks for watching.